Hi everyone, we are finally getting to do the winter containers after so much going around looking for the right plants, or even trying to see what would inspire us for these winter containers this year. We finally made up our minds. So I'm going to go ahead and go with live plants. And I'm going to tell y'all why I'm going that route. Last year I had to use, when we were living in North Carolina, the sun was just still too hot around this time. And I tried doing the fresh cutting containers, how beautiful they look and everything, but they literally lasted like 2 days, guys. So I had to throw everything away. And then there's where me and Ambrose, we both started thinking, well, you know what, let's go ahead and get some living plants and see what we can come up with, so that way we can have something that's at least color in foliage way all through the winter. And at that, we got lucky enough that we even had some spring interest in the beginning, of spring. So this is what we're working on. I went ahead and made one already, because I didn't know what it was going to come out with. First time I work with certain plants, so I really wanted to know what we were going to do. So I have the plants here that I'm going to go ahead and show you. So this is the Arctic Fire Red Twig Dogwood from Proven Winners. And this guy right here is hardy 3 through 7. So I know for a fact it will do great here. It's not that cold yet here in Virginia, so we're a zone 7. So I'm safe enough to go ahead and plant this guy in right now. It hasn't gotten that cold, guys, and I don't think it's going to get as cold as it gets up north at all anyway. So this right here is Firepower Nandina, and last year we used one of the plants that I really fell in love using for winter was Nandina. We used something in the, I can't remember the name, but it was more towards the green colors. It was something lime. It was just so pretty, and it brought so much color during winter. But this time I'm going with something that's going to change more into the reds as the plant matures. So this one is zone 6. So pretty safe here to use still in Virginia, and I'm excited to see this guy change, more into that color. Now, we are in the south-facing area of the home, but it's very gloomy. As y'all can see right now, I don't know if y'all can pick up the lighting. It's very gloomy. It's just the days have been just once in a while. It's very, very sunny. But I don't think I'll have problems right now in winter using these types of plants, because this one right here says that it's part sun. So I think it'll do fine for here. Plus there's a certain time of day where there's more shade than anything on this area right here where these 2 containers are at. What we have here in this next plant is a Grass Carex Evergold. Now this one is hardy 0 to 10, and it's full sun to part shade, so it's perfect. Why I want it. Look at that beauty, guys. Variegated foliage. It is just so beautiful, and it's just so full, and that's what I'm looking for, something for the containers for winter. I think we've used it before, but I don't think it was in the variegated. I'm not sure. I would have to go back myself and look up some videos, but this one blooms in summer as well, and it shoots out some brown flower spikes. I've never seen the flower spikes on this one. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get going. So I have everything ready to use. I am going to use some Biotone in here in the pots, even though it's getting cold and things are not growing much, the roots. But still, they put on some growth right now. It's still a little warm. I want to help them root as much as possible. So that's why I always use a Biotone. So this right here went crazy, our ornamental kale. I'm sure I'll find a place to put it. It's beautiful this year. I kind of sad because I didn't get to use it so much. Isn't that beautiful, guys? You see the roots. Look at that. But I'm kind of sad because I was thinking of doing something more with this plant this year, and I didn't get to. But it's okay. There's always next year. Now there is a plant that I didn't get to talk about. Ivy. We're gonna go ahead and use English ivy, guys. Now for this guy right here, as y'all can tell, he's really big, so it's gonna have a big root system in there. I'm going to have to work around get most of the soil out and probably disturb some of the roots, guys, but you know, I've worked a lot with plants that, you know, I've had to mess with the roots and everything. And plants are very resilient. They can take a lot. And I don't feel bad, guys. I'm pretty sure it's going to do great. I've never had trouble with messing with the roots. The plants bounce back just perfect. So we're back. It got ugly. Yeah, the root system's crazy. So I had to remove a lot of the soil. And let's get going. So what I'm doing right here is I always like to make sure to put the plants back in the pot and before I plant, just to see what it looks like. What plants I really want where, because some of the nandinas have more color or are more fuller, and I just want to make sure that certain parts of the container have that fullness still on you know, don't end up looking empty. So same thing with the nandina. Creating a mess here, but let me show you. I'm taking most of the root, the soil off of the roots. So I can make sure to put it in there. Done this many times. Yeah, I was scared at first too to do things like this because you think you're going to end up hurting the plant and the plant's gonna die, but I've never had issues doing this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this time again. Now what I want is for the nandina to look like, you know, to go between the dogwood. Right there, like if it's growing right, you know, growing right through it, through the dogwood sticks. So now I'm gonna go ahead after finishing putting the nandinas in there to see which one of these two carrot grass is a little bit more fuller, because let me see. I do want one over here draping out like that. More here. Because we have to remember this is a entryway to our door, to our front door. And I want these two grasses on each side of the entryway right here to frame the entryway. So this one's more towards the center right here. I always tell everybody, always look at things as many times as possible before you can, or just move them around after you did it if you're not happy, you know, you can always change things around. Okay, so I'm going with this one right here, this carrot grass on the side. It's a lot more fuller. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze some of this ivy, English ivy, in front of the carrots. Now there's a mess, guys, but go ahead and clean it up with some water. Make sure cover it up with the soil. Okay, so I'm done. I'm happy. Of course, it's not gonna come out 100% like the first one I put together, but I am very happy. You know, it has its own little, you know, style with the dogwood. None of it is gonna be the same, so I'm just happy the way I placed it. And I love how full it looks from right here, and the ivy was a finishing touch. You know, it was really hard finding the ivy. That was one of the last things that we were out there searching for at nurseries, and it was so hard to find the ivy. But 3 of them for each container actually did good. Thank God, you know, thanks to the carrots grass that was really big and full. I need to give it some, right now I'm going to water it. I'm going to wash all the dirt, all the soil off. Also, I did not have to reuse new soil. I had my Espoma soil that I put in there around, for the fall arrangements that we did, containers that I put together. So I left that alone. I left that soil in. It's still good. And I went ahead and just put, you know, use the Espoma Biotone in there just to boost those roots. So I gotta say, today was a perfect day. Handful of soil and got some fresh air. No rain today, so got to get some things planted. Very happy about that. I hope that everybody, you know, can take something out of what I did here. I know I don't get too much into detail sometimes with things, so any questions you have over the plants or anything, the containers or anything, just go ahead and leave them down below, or look for us in other social media like Instagram and Facebook. I just wanted to go ahead and do live plants again. I will find later a place for all these plants, either, you know, pass the containers along to somebody else, because we do live, you know, our garden is not as big like we had in the past home. So we'll see what we do with these, but for now I love what, you know, what I was able to make with these beautiful plants that I was so lucky to find around, you know, I'm gonna say it was early fall, but it was getting a little bit hard out there to find things. So guys, let me know, like always I ask, what are y'all up to? Let me know what type of containers y'all have been, you know, creating back home. Have y'all tried to do live plant containers? Excuse the car that just passed. You know, like I was saying, have y'all, you know, what type of containers y'all do for this time of year? So thank you very much for watching, guys, and we will go ahead and finish everything else. As you can see, Ambrose has started already doing the, I'm gonna say the garland on the side. I forget the name, something, the garland and the swag, and we're gonna start lighting up the home. See how much we can get going this year. It's just been going by so crazy fast. So let's see what else we get going. But try to take some shots of this in the light tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and let this video out. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.
Alright guys, so we thought we were done with this video, but we're actually not. It's actually been a week since we planted these containers, but as you can see, the reason for that is the sky. It's been like this for about a week now. It's just been gloomy. We want to show you guys what they look like with some perfect lighting, but it just hasn't been cooperating. We wanted to do the best pictures that we could before we put this video out. Unfortunately, today was probably the best day we can do it, and I got some pretty good shots. But if you can see these in person, you can see that these colors absolutely scream Christmas. The nandina is a very underrated plant. It has been spectacular for us in the past. We used the lemon lime, and it actually has a great color. Let me go ahead and show you guys what we got. Alright guys, so what we did with the containers is because we only had 3 nandinas per container, we went ahead and filled in with some pine cones in the back here. We would have loved to gone and got some more nandinas, but with the weather out here, we're just not setting them like they are in the southern parts in the garden center. So it would have been nice to have a little bit more nandina to fill in back there, but instead we just, like I said, did the pine cones, and it looks great with the pine cones. We love the way it came out. As you can see also, we filled in some of the rest of the Christmas decoration with the swag there that we got from From Winners Direct. Put the garland along the rail there, and we actually completed the house and put some wreaths up on top there. But like I said, these containers are actually looking spectacular. We're going to go ahead and close this out with a couple of shots that we took.